So news broke about 3 or 4 minutes ago that ENES KANTER has signed with the Portland Trail Blazers, and I'm pretty hyped. Okay, now this is something that I didn't think had a chance of happening. ENES KANTER, I figured he was going to go to Golden State, or maybe the Los Angeles Lakers and be their starting center. He came to Portland. This might be the best free agent we've ever signed, and it's in the middle of the season. So what's going on, true Blazer fans? This is my live, candid reaction. This is about as live as it gets because I'm still trying to process what we're going to look like with ENES KANTER as our backup center. That's huge, okay? Now, I thought about this the other day. Remember when we gave ENES KANTER that huge offer sheet? I believe it was the summer we lost LaMarcus Aldridge, and ENES KANTER was playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was a restricted free agent, and we gave him a massive offer sheet worth about $18 million a year, and he was almost a Portland Trail Blazer then, and Oklahoma City ended up matching that offer. So he didn't end up a Portland Trail Blazer, but I was wondering, maybe because we got him that huge contract, maybe there would be some goodwill there where he'd actually want to come to Portland. And now he's in Portland. So I wonder if him coming to Portland has something to do with the fact that we got that man paid and set for life. Now, he was going to get paid a lot though, so I was thinking, oh, he's probably thinking that I was going to get a big contract offer anyway. They were just the team to give it to me. Doesn't really matter, but who knows? Who knows his reasoning? Because he's going to end up playing behind Jusuf Nurkic. And what a great center duo that is. What a great center duo. You got Jusuf Nurkic, the passing big man, the guy that can score in the low post, and the rim protector in the start of the lineup. And then off the bench, you got a guy like ENES KANTER who can score in the low post, he can stretch out to mid-range, can even hit a corner three here or there, he can rebound really, really well, and he just brings a huge offensive punch off the bench that we didn't really have in a center. Now, he is not a good defender, and defense has been a problem lately, so I am kind of worried about his fit on that end. We added two guys that don't really defend too well in KANTER and Rodney Hood, but that's two guys that can really score the basketball. We have a very, very good offensive bench all of a sudden with Rodney Hood and ENES KANTER. Those two guys as our 6th and 7th men? That's very, very solid. And then you got a 48-point three-point shooter in Seth Curry that can come in if you need threes. You got the playmaker in Evan Turner. You got some decent roles here that it's going to take some time for guys to get settled with their new roles, but you got a lot of decent players to fill different types of roles, and I really like what this might do for the team going forward. Now, what this probably means is no more Zach Collins and no more Myers Leonard. But I would honestly like to see Zach Collins play as the backup power forward next to ENES KANTER just to help him out defensively because he's not a good defender. You could have Jake Layman as the backup 3, but we added 2 rotation guys to a 10-man rotation without giving up a rotation player. We were already struggling to find players minutes before we got ENES KANTER, and now we added a guy who's probably going to be our best bench player. Now, this is a dude that I like because he's the type of guy that is a very good teammate. He always stands up for his teammate. He has some attitude, and I like that. I wanted that off the bench out of a veteran. He reps the city he plays in, and him and Jusuf Nurkic, the Bosnian beast, and then ENES KANTER's from Turkey. What a European center duo that is, man. I'm very, very excited. Now, if you don't know a little bit of backstory with ENES KANTER, he came from Turkey. He's never going to go back to Turkey. He has been outspoken against their president or their dictator, whatever you want to call him, the guy that leads that country. I forget exactly how to pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to say it, but I believe his dad's in prison due to it. I'm not too sure, but there's a kind of sad backstory with him in his home country, and I've really respected ENES KANTER for speaking up against the type of stuff that goes on in Turkey. That's a whole political thing, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I highly suggest you go do some research because it's a very interesting story and it's very interesting some of the things that he's had to deal with. He couldn't even go play in the London game for the New York Knicks when they played in London about a month ago because he was worried about his safety. He was worried about any threats that he might face due to what he said about the Turkish government. That's crazy. I'm really curious to see what types of looks he gets. Him as a pick and roll big with Evan Turner is going to be a pretty good fit in my opinion. It's going to be very interesting to see how the rotation works out. Now, of course, Kanter's not going to play tonight, but he'll have the whole All-Star break to get up to speed, so I expect him to play normal minutes going into that first game out of the All-Star break, and I think he might be huge down the stretch. If we have a big that gets injured now, it just gives us that much more insurance. Now, I'm going to knock on wood because hopefully that does not happen, but it's nice to have an insurance policy as good as ENES KANTER. And then if Jusuf Nurkic gets into foul trouble too, which he's been doing a lot of lately, to be able to have that guy be there in case Nurkic struggles, that's a little bit of a drop off, but not much. That's a starting level NBA center. His defense is the only bad part of his game. And honestly, I think his defense might be a little bit underrated. I don't think he might be as bad as some people say, but we'll definitely find out watching him over this last stretch of the season. So let me know what you think about this signing down in the comment section below, True Blazer fans. Do you like this signing? I'll post something in the community tab asking you to grade it because I'm curious, would you grade this? You know, it might be a bad grade because we're already trying to fit in too many guys, so we shouldn't be trying to fit in one more. It might be a bad grade because our defense has been struggling and he's not the best defensive big man, but honestly, being able to bring in a guy like this, you do it 100%. His offensive firepower would have been huge against the Dallas Mavericks when we could not score the ball at the start of the fourth quarter. He brings that added score off the bench that we need. We got two very high level scorers off that bench now. So I gotta go edit this video, so I'm not going to release a weekly recap today. I've made some progress on it, but I still have a little bit of editing to do. So I'm going to release that tomorrow now after the Golden State game. So I'll wrap up the 5 games before the All-Star break. I don't really think we'll win tonight, but I'm kind of optimistic. Hopefully we're able to pull out a win right before the All-Star break like we did last year in Portland. That started off our 13-game winning streak. But during that weekly recap, I'll be talking a lot about what's been the problem with our play recently and why we've been struggling. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank you for all your support, True Blazer fans. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Go Blazers!